Welcome to the epic world of dog training. I am JT Lawson. I am the lead trainer at Make Your Dog Epic. I also own the Oklahoma locations for Make Your Dog Epic, where we turn your canine companions into truly epic dogs. Get ready for your daily doses of wisdom as we tackle your questions and unleash the secrets to mastering dog training. As always, our goal is to gain obedience, but never at the expense of the dog's personality. Can I have a kiss? Oh, thank you. Oh, good job. Can I have a kiss? What? Thank you. Oh, let's try again. Oh, what? One more? No? Okay. All right, we are back with the Make Your Dog Epic podcast. I'm JT Lawson. I own the Tulsa location. We train Tulsa aggressive dogs, or aggressive dogs in Tulsa, some would say, all the time. And I'm joined here today with Devin. And Devin, you have a dog of your own, don't you?
I do. Well, my parents do, but yes.
Nice. What kind of dog?
They have 3. They have 2 dachshunds and then a golden doodle.
Nice. And have they ever dealt with aggression, or have you ever dealt with aggressive dogs?
No. All of our dogs we've had, they've been really good. If anything, they're just super spoiled.
Nice. Nice. Have you done any dog training? Did you train them, or go to YouTube University and try to learn dog training tricks, or what did you do?
Yeah, YouTube for sure. But we would just try to teach them just to sit and stay. That was like the main thing.
Nice. Well, today we're talking about aggressive dogs in Tulsa, or Tulsa aggressive dogs, some would say. And what we're doing is I'm going to try to answer the question about dog parks, because a lot of people like dog parks. Some people hate dog parks. Some people, their only place they only go to dog parks, and that's their thing. And I want to explain why dog parks are a super bad idea. So, but Devin, before I just gave you an answer, what did you think about dog parks?
I guess I don't really know, because my parents, where they live, there's really no dog parks, so we would just keep our dogs in the backyard and play with them. So I had no idea that dog parks weren't a good idea. Yeah,
well, I'll tell you. So before I started getting into dog training, I knew literally nothing about dogs. And my parents have 2 dogs. One is a black lab. The other one's a white lab, like shepherd mix thing. We got both from a shelter. My parents love dog parks. But the white dog, he will growl while he plays, which is not an acceptable thing, because especially like if it's with the dog they know, maybe, but with other dogs they don't know that he's playing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So then he got in a lot of dog fights.
Oh.
And so I've had people, because at Make Your Dog Epic we offered a first lesson for 50 cents, and that's so we can come out, meet the dog, let you kind of try it before you buy it, get a feel for us, make sure we're a good fit for you, that you like our training style. We're going to go over our one-on-one lessons, our boarding schools, our group classes that you get forever no matter what you do, and our money-back guarantee. And we're going to cover all of that. But I've had people at the first lesson be like, hey, yeah, JT, I mean, we're going to the dog park a lot because we're trying to get our dog more socialized. And I'm like, okay, how's that going? And they're like, well, and this is a true story, by the way. And I'm not going to use names, but they're like, well, I mean, our dog's only gotten in 8 dog fights. And that's literally what they said. They're like, my dog's only gotten in dog fights 8 times at the dog park. But this is why dog parks are not a good idea, because people who are in denial that they have an aggressive dog will take their dog to a dog park to get them more socialized. Or, because just so everyone knows how it works with aggressiveness, Devin, if you walk into Starbucks and get a coffee and somebody punches you in the face, you're not going to be like, crap. That's going to happen every freaking time I go to Starbucks. However, with dogs, they see in pictures. So it just takes your dog getting lit up once by another dog for your dog to be aggressive forever, for the rest of the dog's life. Like, it literally just takes one time. For example, one of our trainers had a black lab, super sweet. It got lit up by a Rottweiler that was off the leash. And now when that dog sees another Rottweiler, it just gets pissed.
Really?
Yeah, just super upset. Other dogs is fine, but if it's that specific breed, it's just pissed. Or we were training not a Great Dane, but a Doberman, and the dog was doing awesome. One of the best dogs ever had, genuinely awesome. And then mom calls me 3 weeks after training, and she's in tears, and she's like, hey, our dog got lit up 2 days ago, and now every single time it sees a dog, it gets pissed. And it's just at the end of the leash trying to, murder other dogs now. Because what will happen is if you have a dominant dog and they get lit up once, and we're talking again about Tulsa aggressive dogs or aggressive dog Tulsa, some would say, then they now are in that if they're in a dominant dog, they're going to light somebody up before they get lit up. Because they're like, I'm going to get hit anyways. I might as well hit you first.
Right.
Or if you have a nervous dog or a little bit of anxious dog, they are going to have their tail tucked and be scared every time they see a dog. But that's why we're against dog parks, because it just takes your dog to get lit up once at a dog park for it to be aggressive forever. Now, we work with aggressive dogs in Tulsa all the time, or some would say Tulsa aggressive dogs. But we work with them all the time, and we have seen great results by teaching obedience and giving commands like come, off, place, heel, sit, down, all of those stuff, and it helps. But like, for example, our trainer's dog, the lab that got lit up, it is controlled, but he's still like pissed every time he sees a Rottweiler. So you've seen my dog,
yes,
Achilles. So when he's on place, he is staying on place no matter what.
Yep.
No matter what's going on. But and he's not aggressive at all. But that's what that black lab would do. He would be on place, but he would be pissed.
Wow.
Just because he's so like that. I know that dog's gonna light me up because that dog's lit me up before. And so that's what happens, and that's why we're super against dog parks, because people will take their aggressive dog there to quote unquote socialize them, or dogs just are new, they're puppies or whatever, and they're still trying to learn. Or you have an old dog that's fine, but the puppy won't start playing with them, and the dog's like, I'm freaking done, and just lights the dog up. Happens all the time. So dog parks are a definite no-go. Do not recommend dog parks at all. But Devin, we're talking about Tulsa aggressive dogs, or aggressive dogs Tulsa, some would say. What are your questions when it comes to aggressive dogs?
Yeah. Are certain breeds more aggressive than others?
That's a good question. So I would say there's certain breeds that have tendencies. So like any of the guardian breeds, like the Great Pyrenees, like that we have outside here, Clay Clark, the founder of Make Your Dog Epic. He has 2 Great Pyrenees. They're more prone to guard and be aggressive that way. Or like take a Tibetan Mastiff one time. They are more prone to like be super protective, so aggressive towards anyone who's not family. But the typical reason people ask this is because they typically have like a specific breed, like a pit bull in mind, and they're like, or Rottweilers, or Dobermans, or wolves, or Russian bear dogs, Tibetan Mastiffs, whatever, or Chihuahuas. They and they want to know, is this dog always going to be aggressive? So it really just depends on parents. So the parents of the dog, so like the dog parents, not the human parents. And what that means is, if you're looking for a dog, genetics plays a huge part in a dog. So like the pit bulls, if you get a pit bull whose parents were in fighting rings, for sure going to be aggressive. Absolutely going to be aggressive. Now we can control and manage it, like the trainer's black lab who hates Rottweilers. We can control and manage it, and we can make sure incidents don't happen, but he's still going to have those thoughts.
Right.
Or like we've worked with Belgian Malinois who have done Mondio ring and stuff, and they will, like if you drop anything near them, they just start protecting it. Like just won't let anyone near it, just because that's what parents did.
Yeah. So
Mondio ring is like protective work, and it's like competition work, and that's what they did. And so not all, I wouldn't say dog breed specifically, but I would say really look at parents if you're looking at a dog, and that'll give a good sign of what's going on. Because I've worked with a lot of pit bulls, I've worked with multiple Tibetan Mastiffs, and I've worked with sweet ones or super pissed ones or whatever. So it just depends. What other questions do you have?
And then is it the owner's like fault if their dog is aggressive, like the human parents, owners?
Yeah, that's a great question. So a lot of people feel that way. How they're like, there's no bad dogs, there's only bad owners. Yes, to an extent to where you can control it. no to the extent to where like that dog's aggressive just because owners are bad. Because take for instance, if you have a pit bull that was in fighting rings all the time, so like if you inherit a puppy of one of Michael Vick's dogs, he is for sure going to be aggressive. Now you can control it and manage it, and you can get it trained, and you can have obedience down, but it's still for sure going to be aggressive, so it's not always the owner's fault. But if you just leave your dog outside in the backyard and it just barks every time people walk by and it just knows nothing but that backyard, yeah, it's going to be aggressive. Okay. And so there is a lot where it is the owner's fault, but it's not always the owner's fault. And again, if you want us, we work with aggressive dogs in Tulsa or Tulsa aggressive dogs all the time. So if you want us to come out and look at your dog and figure out your dog and your goals, because every dog is different, everyone's goals are different, and want to figure out how we can get you to those goals, let us know. Give us a call. Go to makeyourdogepic.com, fill out the form, or give us a call, and we'll reach back out to you. That is makeyourdogepic.com. And as we like to say on the show, we'll talk to you in 5 minutes.
Is your dog and furry friend holding you hostage? Will your dog not stop pulling on its leash and eating your sausage? Who wrote that? Well, I don't mean to brag, but I actually wrote it, and wow, it rhymes. People dig it. Like a dog. You get it? Okay, so I'm just going to keep reading. Will your dog not stop jumping on you or pooping in your house like you're on the set of Jumanji or living in a zoo? It only took me 2 weeks to write that line while sitting at the base of a waterfall, while gazing upon my epic dog. The dog that once held me hostage was now my best friend. It's so good. The dog that would never listen was now all ears. It's so good. I just want to cry. Pull yourself together, man. And if you too want to transform your dog from a furry terrorist into your best friend, what you need to do is schedule your first lesson at makeyourdogepic.com, where your first lesson is always just 50 cents. And with the savings, you can use that to pay the rent. Again, your first lesson is always just 50 cents at makeyourdogepic.com. Wow. Stop the endless barking, reduce the aggressive behaviors, prevent dog jumping, stop your dog from chasing the elderly UPS driver as he attempts to deliver a package. Stop your dog from biting Pam, your yoga pants wearing neighbor, as she just attempts to speed walk in peace. Stop your dog from eating your wife's wedding dress and peeing in your closet on top of your Christmas gifts. Stop the madness at makeyourdogepic.com. Experience the revolutionary focus-based positive reinforcement training and methodology. Our goal is dog obedience, but never at the expense of dog personality. It's the same dog, but now it's all ears. Wow. Man, Carl, you are a talented vocal artist. Well, I can sense I can feel the passion. It's contagious. Well, my friend, I am passionate about the product. I once went 60 days without sleeping. Really? My wife's wedding dress got eaten, and my neighbor Pam was bitten by my dog, and oh man, my quality of life was at an all-time low. I actually didn't invite people over to my home for months because of the new dog, and I always smelled like urine. You do still smell a little bit like dog urine. Before I made my dog epic, I was hostage, and that's where the passion comes from. You got to believe in your product, and you've got to project from the diaphragm. The diaphragm. You've got to bend your knees. Bend the knees. Bend the knees. Drink ginger. Drink the ginger. And you've got to ingest apple cider vinegar. Apple cider, I can do. And with a dog bone, you want to chew on the dog bone before the hard pass. Not gonna recording so that you can emulate the dog, and you should listen to Atomic Dog. I can do that. But you're not a dog. But you want to just chew on the bone. Get the oversized bone, not the regular size bone. Hard pass. Not gonna chew on the bone.
Do you need to have your dog professionally trained? Do you need your dog to stop barking at the neighbors? Do you want your dog to stop going potty in the house? Do you want to have an epic and well-trained dog at an affordable price? What makes the Make Your Dog Epic dog training experience unique? At Make Your Dog Epic, your first dog training lesson is just 50 cents, which is less than $1. Make Your Dog Epic is home to the highest rated, most reviewed dog training company in the area. At Make Your Dog Epic, we will beat any competitor's price for similar services. At Make Your Dog Epic, we offer a money-back guarantee. So if the training doesn't work, we never blame you or the dog. It's always our fault. At Make Your Dog Epic, we offer the fastest turnaround time in the industry. That way you can start enjoying time with your epic dog as soon as possible. At Make Your Dog Epic, when you schedule that first lesson with us, we automatically enter you in for a chance to win a dream vacation to Hawaii. Whoa! Which is a lot like Oklahoma, except the weather's different. There's beaches, palm trees. But if you'd rather go to Oklahoma, we can do that as well. How does the Make Your Dog Epic training experience work? When you fill out that form on makeyourdogepic.com, we are going to call you and schedule that first lesson for just 50 cents, which is less than $1. We are going to meet you for that first lesson. That way we can tell you what it's going to take to get your dog to your goals. Because every dog's different and everyone's goals are different. We'll either do one-on-one lessons where it's half dog training, half human training. I'll let you guess which one's harder. Or we're going to do boarding school, where you send your dog with us and we take care of all the homework for you. No matter what you do, we're going to make sure everything transfers to you. Because it's pretty pointless if we get your dog to listen to us, but no one else in your family. Disclaimer, currently we do not offer a service that will get your in-laws to listen to you. You will receive unlimited ongoing group class for the remainder of your dog's epic life. That's because we want to be there for you and your dog forever. We never want you to have to use another trainer after training with us. Our goal is to teach obedience, but never at the expense of the dog's personality, because if we get your dog to listen, but we have to crush its spirit in the process, what's the point? Our motto is it's the same dog, but now it's all ears. You'll now have a well-behaved dog that you can walk or jog with without it channeling its inner sled dog and pulling you down the street. You will have a dog that won't bark at the neighbors or potty in the house. You will be entered in for a contest to win a dream trip to Hawaii that we will be giving away every January. Pow wow whoa, yippee-yo, yippee-yay. Take that first step and schedule that first 50-cent lesson at makeyourdogepic.com. Makeyourdogepic.com.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Let's go now. Let's go now. Here we go now.